Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy GCTV back with another video, and in this video we are talking about an album that a lot of people on Twitter are talking about, and an album that I didn't really plan on reviewing or anything, but we have the brand new SoFaygo album here, Go Plus, or like EP I guess, but it pretty much is an album. I mean 12 songs, 27 minutes, kind of like a Earl Sweatshirt type of like length. It's kind of what it reminds me of. But yeah, I mean, I know I'm pretty late on this video, but hey, it had to get out eventually. So here we go. I'm going to go track by track. Again, you guys know exactly how these videos go. I don't have a whole lot to say about, like what the meaning is of the album, like the background on it. I'm just going to kind of tell you guys what I think of each track. So starting off with Pure, Young Ko is cool. He's worked with some of my favorite artists a couple of times. Young Ko, overall a solid artist, and he does pretty good on here. Very loud instrumental on there. I don't really know why. I don't know if that was intentional. There's some interesting flows from SoFaygo on this track. What else? Vocals sound weird, but it's actually a pretty good track to open up the project with. As we get into Foursome Plus, which sounds fucking crazy to say. Absolutely wild beat on this one. Not even really sure what genre this is. It's definitely bending hip hop a little bit, and it's just a slapper. It's just an absolute banger of a track. I mean, overall, this is a really good project from SoFaygo, and I get why the Twitter discourse is what it is. We Good. This was just a really hype song. I'm really happy to see SoFaygo kind of come back with a comeback album and have songs like We Good on here. Like hype songs like Yay, Yay, Yee, whatever. Love the energy. I mean, he's bringing a lot more energy than he would be on his Pink Hearts album, which was one of the most disappointing albums of last year. It doesn't seem like someone's like holding a gun to his head anymore and like forcing him to make music. He's just kind of making music the way he wants, and I think that's how it should always be. F a Post, the production kind of keeps you on your toes on here, kind of keeps you entertained on the track. Not saying that, not to say that SoFaygo isn't having a great vocal performance, but the production is great. And speaking of production, On the Moon, we have fucking Benny X producing a track on here, and I did not expect a Benny X SoFaygo collab. I guess it was kind of like, it's kind of like you couldn't avoid it at this point. I mean, these are two artists that are kind of in that lane of like that ragey underground. They're both kind of a part of that like Yeet opium generation. So like, yeah, I mean, they make rage music, I guess. So they had to have worked together at some point. I mean, this song On the Moon is definitely meant for a mosh pit. It would go crazy in concert. Obviously, the bass is amazing. I love this song. Backseat, I'm not really sure who's on the intro, but overall a really dope song on this thing. Havoc, you kind of listen from the start and you're like, oh shit, this is gonna be crazy, and then the bass just punches you in the face. I mean, I'm telling you, SoFaygo's kind of him on here. Undercover was cool. I didn't really have much to say about it. RC, I don't like. He commented on people trying to take his sound, but I'm not really sure who's trying to take his sound. No shade to him, but I don't know. Beautiful Rockstar. I'm not really sure what the point was of calling this a bonus track, but whatever. This video is not going to be that long. I don't have too much to say about the album. I think it's good, but obviously it's only 27 minutes of music. I mean, how much could I really say? SoFaygo's had kind of a fall of grace. I was willing to give him a chance going into this album, though, because his early music was just that good that I couldn't resist, listening to this album. I really wish he would have stayed indie. I mean, that's a big thing with SoFaygo. Like, him joining Cactus Jack might have been one of the biggest mistakes of his career, because they've just taken him and have, like, forced him into this, like, Don Toliver, Travis Scott lane when he was never really meant for that. I don't know. But yeah, it is what it is. He's kind of like, and one thing I will say about this album is, he kind of takes beats and he throws some unorthodox effects in there, and it works. That's kind of why, and maybe that's just me. I mean, I think that's why I like experimental music so much, and I'm not going to say this album's experimental, but he's definitely kind of breaking out of his zone here a little bit with some of the beats, some of the flows, and yeah. You know, he's working with most of the same producers like Woods. Woods Light That Shit Up. Obviously, Benny X is on here. I can't think of the other producer. Hey, Woods Light That Shit Up. Yeah, Woods. I mean, Woods is a really big producer, really big part of his career. But they're doing something completely different as producers. I wonder if SoFaygo went in the studio with him and kind of told him like what direction he wants to go in. I guess I mean, obviously he had to have put some sort of input in there, but I'm not really sure how that works. That would have been interesting to be in the studio with those guys. This album sounds weird in the AirPods. In my AirPods, I was listening to it in my AirPods, by the way, if you guys want to know. But I can kind of tell that this album's good, and when I re-listened to it out loud, and I kind of did that with a couple of tracks, I thought it was pretty awesome. So, yeah, shout out to Faygo. It's a very solid comeback album. Again, this video is going to be pretty short and concise compared to like the Gunna reaction, but yeah. There's not really a bad song on here, and for 27 minutes, this project gives you quite a bit. And I mean, that pretty much is the video. I don't have a lot to say. After this video is out, pretty much, I'm gonna be streaming tonight from like 6 or 6:30 to 12ish or 11:30. Just know it's gonna be like 5 hours. I'm pushing for 5 hours. But shout out to SoFaygo here. I know this is only an EP, but I mean, you could count this as an album release for him. I mean, there's just so much in there to kind of digest, and yeah, a lot of people dropping music. So yeah, it's a big time in hip hop. It's the summer. It's always kind of this way. So if you guys want to be up to date with all the biggest releases, click the noti bell. I mean, this is very minor compared to what we're having soon. We're getting in music soon. I mean, Uzi just announced that on June 30th, he's dropping the Pink Tape, which is probably one of my most exciting, my most anticipated album drops of the summer. But leave a like, comment, subscribe. As always, it has been GCTV, giving you guys the best movie content. We do TV shows, we do movies, we do video games, all sorts of stuff. So join the gang, join the Glaze Mafia Discord if you'd like. A link should be somewhere, I'm not sure, but yeah.